Welcome to FOH. Gentlemen, this week, two things. One is we welcome Anthony, who's the first time on the deck, and he actually didn't know we existed, and he just walked in, so we said, hey, no better way of getting a punter to do a video review. Welcome.
Thank you.
And to Smithy, the star of Havanathon last weekend. Well done, Smithy, again. You pulled it all together. You're sought after globally for events.
Event organising, it's my new career, I tell you.
People from the Olympics. Where is the next Olympics?
Brazil.
Brazil, they've been calling it. Today we're going to be doing the Romeo and Julieta Petit Churchill. Brand new onto the market. This is GAT June 12. It's a tiny little thing, really, isn't it?
Now, there's been a bunch of these coming out. These half Coronas,
fat half Coronas.
It's.
There's like a fat Minuto a bit longer, but there's not many people in the world who've actually tried these yet. I know the guys who came up on the deck on Friday night for the Friday night session, Havanathon, went through them and well, we won't
say that.
We won't say what they thought, but we're going to go. And I've gone through a box of these, and different boxes actually. So I've gone through two different boxes, and they've been pretty consistent. Construction's been good. Aroma cold. Yeah. Okay. Anthony, aroma cold. Smells good.
It smells great.
Construction looks good.
Touch of sweetness.
Is it
on the nose? Yeah.
So what do you expect out of this?
Well, look, if it's anything like that H. Upman half Corona that we've had, which I think was a great cigar, except it's ridiculously short, and you get a bit angry because you finish it so quickly. If it's anything like the R&J Churchill, that rich tobacco, those touches, those cherry characteristic to it, but because of its size, not much.
you tend to smoke. You smoke both Cubans and non-Cubans, Anthony. But you're saying the Petit Edmundo is one that you've been smoking a fair few.
Yeah, I've been smoking a few of those lately, and I like it because of the length.
So this sort of suits.
This would be great, like business meetings, things like that. We go down the pub, you're have a good lunch with a client or something, and then you're having a cigar straight after. It's a good.
That's called a business meeting, folks.
That's a business meeting I have. I don't know what type of business meeting you guys have, but I like it.
That's different.
It's pretty much that.
But I thought we were unique.
45 minutes.
Okay, so the draw's good on yours. Have you cut yours yet?
No, I'm gonna
cut it now.
And standard Cuban sort of draw.
Yeah, good draw on this one here. I always get nervous when when your top finger covers the cigar, you can hardly see the other side.
You can't see the other side. You might burn yourself straight away.
Somehow putting Churchill on this band doesn't.
Well, this was a discussion we were having. Is that R&J are trying to maintain that Churchill all the way through, that credibility of Churchill. Because they've got the wide Churchill, the short Churchill, and the petite Churchill.
I'm Churchilled out. Seriously, what next? The slightly skinny Churchill.
To
me, it's just confusing.
Robusto Churchill.
It's just confusing. I wish they'd get back to the standard Vitolas and flesh out some of the other brands. But I'm not sure. Look, I can understand why they think there's a requirement for this. Let's face it, it's getting cold in Canada at the moment. And it is a great little cigar. The size is good. If you only want a little 40-minute cigar, 40-minute cigar that delivers flavour. But it's got to deliver flavour. Yeah. And if you're going to do a cigar this small, then it's got to deliver flavour from the get-go. You can't wait for complexity.
No. You can't wait to the back third.
No. It's exactly like Partiga Shorts, Bully Corona Juniors.
Sorry, what was that, Bully? Bully what?
Corona Juniors.
Okay, yep. They're in there, baby.
No. It's just that they don't waste any time getting into it, and this has to be the same.
Yeah,
has to get into it straight away.
We'll find out. We'll be back to you in a few minutes.
It was, it's like you're saying, it was a great draw. It's a little bitey on the tongue, a little bitter.
That's like saying, you meet a girl and she's got a great personality.
Well, no, I'm not getting in straight away.
I'm not getting in straight away. And he's talking about the draw. It's got a good draw.
I was giving it at least till the second, third before I started panning it. Okay, give me a chance. It's. I must admit that it has gotten in there straight away with flavour. Is it a flavour that I'm enjoying? It's very young.
Sour.
It's as I was saying, acidic and tart.
It's a young cigar, but it's interesting. It's body. What's the body, Anthony? What's the body like on this? Is it medium, full?
I'd put it at the bottom end of medium.
Yeah.
At the best. Well, that's
he smokes heavy cigars. He's a tough smoker.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, but I agree. At least it's got flavour straight off the bat. But as you say, am I enjoying it? No.
What sort of flavours are they?
It's just grassy. I'm saying
Grassy,
wet,
sour.
grassy, green, wet grass. It's a mishmash of things.
Do you reckon there's some cherry in there trying to get out?
I was thinking that when I had a cold draw. I thought there's that touch of cherry there, which surprised me.
Which I think that may come out in the years to come.
Which surprised me because I didn't get it on the nose, but when I had just a dry draw, there was that touch of cherry there. But I'm not getting that at the
There's no
moment.
spice through the nose at all in this one here. I wouldn't be overly impressed if I started like this in the cigar.
Yeah, you're confused about where it's going straight up. It's very...
Well, it's making me wince.
Yeah, you're not keen on going for another draw.
It's like sucking on a grapefruit, that little bit of...
just a little acidity there.
Yeah. Beyond that, it's
quite good.
No, it's not.
Well, I think we've baked everything.
With all that said,
beyond
that's
that.
We'll be back at the end of the
second halfway.
third. Maybe.
On a positive note, what are we drinking, mate?
We're drinking Rabbit Ranch Pinot Noir from Central Otago, wine of New Zealand. Except me, I'm not drinking today. I'm on the...
Rob's drying out from the weekend.
It's been a robust couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Robust is one way to describe it.
It's been debauchery with a capital D.
Peculiar.
Yeah, I think that just a little dry out phase, 2 weeks, wouldn't go astray.
Party Bacchus style, as I would say.
Yep.
Look that up, Bacchus.
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 Bacchus or Bacchus?
Bacchus or Bacchus? I always felt Bacchus. I like Bacchus. Is it Bacchus, you think? God of wine and ritual madness. And that's what happened up here in the ritual madness.
Yeah, I didn't even know Bacchus existed, but I feel an affinity already. A tremendous affinity. We'll be back to you shortly.
Well,
I think we're just going to jump straight to the halfway point on this, Smithy, because doing it by thirds is...
It's not big enough for thirds, is it? Let's face it.
It's like doing a tasting of anchovies and doing it in thirds. It really doesn't
You're
make
trying
any
to fill it
sense.
in anchovy. What are you getting, mate?
I'm going to throw to Anthony. Put the pressure on him.
Put the pressure on me? Well, I was just after ashing it and then having a few more draws on it. I must admit, it is like a little bit of burnt coffee on the back of the nose. Other than that, it doesn't have much flavour coming through, to be honest.
Much going for it?
It doesn't have much going for it. Like, I must admit, the flavours are definitely at the, well, now that we're breaking it into halves, definitely at the front half. It's just there, I suppose, is the best way to say it.
Smithy?
Well, look, it's exactly what Anthony was saying, is that at the beginning, he had that astringency and acid and all that. And that's disappeared, but it hasn't been replaced with anything. There's a hollowness there, touch of burnt milk, burnt coffee. It's gotten a touch cooler and dropped in intensity. I feel it's now below medium, but it's I'm trying to pull a flavour out, and there's nothing there. What are you getting, mate?
The burn's good, and I've already gone through half of it. Just means there's only half to go. That's a highlight.
You sound like Ken there.
Yeah, it hasn't got any real redeeming features at this point. Look, maybe in a year or two, so maybe we just got the first bad batch. But generally the first batches are the good batches. They really go to town, and there's nothing wrong with the construction. There's nothing wrong with the wrapper. There's nothing wrong.
No,
everything's good.
That acidity that started has disappeared completely and been replaced by nothing. So we've gone from bad to nothing.
Yeah.
It's almost. I don't know. When you come to a blending of this, I'm not quite sure what they're trying to achieve. And we go back to what we said to begin with. A cigar this size must have a personality. It must be relatively bold within that personality from the get-go.
Yeah.
Maybe it's its youth, but I don't think you can make that excuse anymore in Cuban cigars. I mean, there's so many new Cuban cigars that come out which are absolute crackers.
Yeah.
I mean, Ramonayonis extras, this, that. They come out, they're just fantastic. Yeah, this is. It's almost like it's been a cigar, and I've said it before, that's been designed by someone in Habanos with a ponytail who's never smoked one.
For the marketing angle.
The marketing angle, yeah.
But
Like, it's definitely not a cigar that you'd want to introduce a friend to,
No.
or something, you know,
No.
like.
So I had a Partiga Series D5, right? And it's roughly the same size.
Yeah.
And this thing makes it look like it's a Bahiki in comparison.
And
it's good, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not a great cigar though.
I don't think it's a great
D5,
cigar.
It's an
It's
ordinary
good.
cigar at best. Yeah.
It's good. It's solid.
Yeah.
But
There's flavour there.
There is flavour.
This is just empty at the moment.
It's crap, guys. It's really is crap.
Throw that and start again on something new because
If
I haven't
someone
lost.
paid me $20 to smoke the rest of it, I don't think I would. Unless
Yeah.
it's for a review, right?
Yeah. We're going to do it. We push through.
We'll push through. By all
because
means. We've still got half the wine to go as well.
Yeah,
so
well, yeah, exactly.
we've got to push on.
Anthony, you got a lot of promise, Anthony. I like the way you think.
just straight to the wine.
The wine's good.
Yeah,
Well, Smithy, there's been a lot of great reviews and great cigars on this deck that we've done over the years, and this hasn't been one of them.
It hasn't been one of them, and I was just chatting to Anthony there about that. My great concern is that I feel that this cigar is going to end up in a lot of pubs and bars and stuff like that, and a lot of people will be introduced to cigars because it's a smaller cigar, because they know Romeo and Juliet, and this is not where you want to be introduced.
No.
I've gone from that strong acidic to nothing. Now it's gone back to a dirty, dusty, touches of chalk feel to it, and it's all over the place. And I'm really disappointed that they can't blend a decent cigar. I really don't know what it's going to do in 12 months because I don't think it's going to improve.
I was saying before that I was lost for words, which isn't good on a review. But I tend to agree.
Rare for a Kiwi as well.
Yeah.
I tend to agree. Like, at the start you got really an acidy sort of taste, nothing in the middle, and then at the back end it's gone harsh again in some ways. If that's what a brand is looking to achieve,
Putting people off cigars.
then they're not going to they've achieved it.
Yeah, the health department would love this cigar.
The best thing about the cigar to date has been the wine
Yeah, exactly. All the length.
and the length.
Look, in a year's time, we might revisit it and say, hey, it wasn't as bad. We maybe bagged it too much. But right now, you can only call it as you see it on the day.
Yep.
And it's the worst cigar produced since the Monty Open.
Well, we're not even going to rate this, are we?
It's not right. It's
not even worth it.
It's just crap, guys.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, there's not.
How many boxes of these are going to sell?
Sounds like they'll be half price soon.
Yeah, that's still too expensive.
What?
We'll find out. We'll be back to you in a few minutes.
What's up? No.
Yeah, well, I might be technically...
Well, see, this is why they want the raw data, is because they like all the stupidity.
I only have to press a button, people.
You're struggling there, aren't you?
That's why I'm giving up drinking.
Yeah.
It's a deep south New Zealand, you can't get much better than that, but
Is that a Kiwi accent I noted
there
there?
is a slight Kiwi accent.
Oh, we got a Kiwi on the
Slight Kiwi
deck.
accent just
We've
slipped
got
in
a
there.
Kiwi on the deck, have we?
We'll just crop it from here.
Kept that quiet while I smooshed my way on into this
mate.
review.
Oh,
Just-
ridiculous.
Shout the cigars twice, man.
man,
Let's